What is going on, guys? Rick here, back with a new video. In this video I'm gonna be showing you how to cook up an authentic soulful sample using probably the most neglected scale in the FL Studio menu of scales. So let's get into the video right now. So I'm gonna be using Lounge Lizard right here. Click the drop down arrow, go to view, scale, highlighting, go down to this Fijian scale. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it right, bro. Just look it up if you wanna know how to pronounce it right. I'll just say Fijian. Just gonna lay down some chords, and I'm gonna be doing this by putting a note, skipping a note in the scale, and putting on the next one, then again, and again, and here I'm just gonna put it right here. I'm not even gonna skip one note, so let's just extend this out. See how that sounds? That sounds okay. So next we're gonna go to our next chord, and we're just gonna place a note on sharp, then just repeat the same process. So the thing I did here, I'm doing it here. I'm not skipping this note and going to this one. I'm just putting it right here. That sounds pretty good, and those are the only chords we're gonna be using. And it's probably in some minor scale, but this Fijian scale works really great. So if you wanna figure this out in minor, go ahead and use the minor natural. I just wanted to kind of get a different sound. I don't know if that makes sense. So that's what we're using this scale, but it sounds like it's in a minor scale, so it probably is. So this is what we're gonna base our whole sample off of. Okay, so after adding a couple notes and strumming the chords, this is what we get. Just that is good. Don't overcomplicate it. That will work. What is gonna work is when you start layering the sounds. So right now I'm using an E-piano from Lounge Lizard. So let's go ahead and layer this with multiple sounds. Okay, so here's what I did. I added these two effects on that E-piano. I added Picture from FL Studio as a stock plugin. And with the picture, actually, if you don't do anything to it and you just put it there, it kind of warps the sound. So I kind of like that, so I just put it on there, and I actually did this by mistake. Then with the Origin, it's just basically what RC20 would do. So I exported that melody and I chopped it. So here's how it sounds now. Then I went back to Lounge Lizard and I found another E-piano, and I layered that one with this chopped E-piano. So this sounds like this together now. And then I went to Xpand 2, and I just completely grabbed the MIDI from the E-piano, and then I pasted it onto this staccato strings from Xpand, like I just said. So here's how that sounds. My bad, I said strings, I meant like brass horns. I wanted to make them sound realistic, so I kinda pushed them back in terms of strumming and the length of the notes. I kinda messed with that. So yeah, that's just one thing that I did. Here's how that sounds with this melody. Then I went back to Xpand again and I grabbed this Celeste. It sounds like this. Then I also grabbed this harp one shot. Then I went to BBC Orchestra, free plugin by Spitfire Audio. I grabbed this violin and it was playing these notes. With the entire melody. Then I grabbed this saxophone one shot. So then I grabbed a one shot. It's the bass one shot. Um it was playing these notes. If you remember in the beginning, this rhythm is kinda mimicking the sample that I chopped up in the beginning. That sample. This one. And the next thing was I just grabbed the stock plugin FPC and added a drum break. Fire. So let's hear how that sounds with the whole loop. Okay, so from this point, what I'm adding right now is just to like accent the melody. Otherwise, at this point, the loop is pretty much done. I added a chime and like a siren or whatever it is, bro. I hope y'all can hear it. Let me mute some sounds. This one right here. Yeah, it sounded dope, so I just threw it in there. Then I also had this foley of like people laughing. And then we had this clap. then I had a vinyl noise. So at this point the loop is pretty much done. Then now you get to the point where you get to make it sound like a old school soul, vintage soul sample. So let's go ahead and go into another project and you see how I kind of stretched the sample. Okay, so I exported the sample and brought it into another project, and I sped the tempo up to 104 bpm. It was at 83 when I made the initial sample. So this is how it sounds, and I kind of pitched it up 4 semitones. Okay, that sounds good, but I still wanted to make it sound more vintage, so I went ahead and added Cymatics Origin on top of the loop, and it was just the default settings. I didn't really do anything to this except decrease this knob down and added a bit of saturation. Then I bounced that, and it now sounds like this. Okay, so you can hear that the Origin plugin took out some of that low-end information. So you want that with the source samples, because if you're not gonna add your own bass, most of the source samples would sound without like that bass, because this one I wanted it to sound like it was being played from my old vinyl record player. Yeah, that's the sound I was going for, so that's why I added that Cymatics Origin plugin. So at this stage I just went ahead and took it to Fruity Slicer. Then I pitched it up 3 more semitones, then and bounced that. And when you bounce that, it now sounds like this. Great. So now what I wanted to do was like decrease the tempo to a more of a rappable tempo. So here's what I did. So I brought it to 90 bpm, and before I play the final loop, if you actually like the video, please leave a like, hit the subscribe and the notification bell. Leave a comment, any suggestion for a new video. We're almost hitting 1,000 subscribers, maybe within the next couple weeks. Help me get there, and peace out, bro. Bye.